Hi,
Hey
Nick.
Sam,
How are
how's
you?
it going? Good, good. How are you doing?
Okay, sorry, my camera is over there and I've my headphones and my screen, I'm at a different spot, so camera's not on,
Good.
sorry.
No, you're great. You're great. I was just looking at your stats. I was glad to see that they're turning out pretty good. You want me to hit a screen share and show you what
Yeah,
what we're looking at?
please, and then I can ask you my questions.
Absolutely. Yeah. So here's your campaign so far. Okay. We've done 1,143 dials in total. 130 people picked up the phone, which is great. That's 11.37%, which is awesome. And then six of those became leads, which is also awesome. And I'll give you the some additional statistics on that. On top of that, out of 130 people, only 10 of us told us that we had the wrong number. Okay, so we spoke to 120 of the correct people, which is really good so far. And that's a 92% accuracy rate, which is really good. So a lot of people are answering. And of those people that are answering, 92% of them are the person we're hoping it is, which is great. And the last part is on the leads, the six leads on 1,100 dials. A great rule of thumb that I tell all of my clients is you at least want to be at two dials in every five, excuse me, two leads in every 500 dials is where you want to be at a minimum for houses. Okay. And you're actually currently at, down here, we have the math done. 2.6 leads per 500 dials is where we're currently at for you, which is really good that we're over that two hurdle and we're actually over almost into the threes. So that's kind of how I gauge the campaigns on a numerical side. Now, keep in mind, I don't know what the leads look like. I don't know what they said. I'm only speaking to the data, if
Right,
that
right,
makes.
of course. Okay. Um, okay, so I guess because I know there's still some 800 and some remaining dials to that what I told I forget what the name was. Fenny?
Yeah, maybe Fanny.
Yeah, so I was wondering because last week there were dials, but there were no leads. And I asked and I was told that, hey, it's because we've already called your list 3 times. We can go back and call them again. And I said, you probably have called phone number one for that campaign. Why don't you call phone number two
Got it.
for the rest of the dials? Just so that I also get some sort of a data
Oh,
analysis on, hey, what happens, once we
yes.
go down that column of phone numbers.
I love that. I love that. And let me follow up with my team as well and ask them about how that is going too. So I'll make sure that I that that we put them from both sides. Okay, cool. So I just followed up with them. So I'll make sure that they're doing that, and that they also do that accurately
Okay.
as well.
So I know in your and I totally understand that it's an average, some are high, some are low, but it was anywhere
Yeah.
between 8 to what 20 some leads for
Yeah.
2,000 dials. And of course we haven't uh we've only done 11, 1,200 up till now. We haven't
Yeah.
finished the whole 2,000 dials. And that's
Yeah.
that was one thing. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, no, no. I was gonna say we're about halfway through. So, if we're doing good, we'll luckily average 12 on this, which really isn't too bad. And then the next thing I would also have us do that's really inexpensive would be throwing texting on top of it. So one thing we found with with the two strategies is cold calling brings the quality and texting can bring the quantity, if that makes sense. So that would be if the results continue being positive on a
Mhm.
minimum of two per 500, um, then we should, and we see 12 leads at the end of this, then I would totally, check out texting as a really inexpensive way to get a lot more leads. It's also a good way to test lists. The downside of texting is it's most commonly someone that's bullshitting you. That's the downside,
Right.
right? Like they don't need to really be interested to reply to a text message, you know.
Right.
But I do have clients that that's all they do is 5,000 texts a month with us. And then that's it. They don't even do the dials either. So it is a strategy that does work too.
Okay, so so that I understand, if somebody does, one of your clients, a few clients do 5,000 texts a month, do they get overwhelmed with leads, or is it, do we have a number, like, just to kind of give me an idea?
You know, I can pull up their stats, not live right now, but I can ask my team to give me a report on how many leads we're getting them on average each month, so you can get a feel for it. What I would probably do to gauge is when this completes, or even now, if you wanted to, fire off a texting, then compare the two, so you can see, because this will give you a perfect wash, right? So like if you did 2000 and 2000, I'm not sure how many records were on the list you sent us. Actually, that's a good point. It's probably not even 2000 text messages, because I think it's only like 600 records or something is what you sent us. So it might just be like $72 to text everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can kind of get a feel. Oh, wow, when they called, we got this much, and here's what the leads look like. And when we texted, we did this much, and here's what the leads look like.
Oh, right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And then this time of year, like, I don't know, I'm seeing a reduction in the lead flow. So is that just me, or have your other clients seen that as well, just because of the time of year it is, 'cause the holidays?
Yeah. So what I'm seeing is the week of. So we are blacking out Friday to Wednesday for our clients to help protect them, if that makes sense. What we saw with Thanksgiving is that Wednesday to Monday, that 5 day period, there were lesser results, but they bounced back. So what I'm doing now in the future, just to protect clients, is I'm automatically like implementing blackout periods for
Okay.
us, so that way we don't, um, I don't want you to get lesser results either, right? That's
Right.
kind of, what
So when you
I'm
say
what I'm
blackout
trying
days,
to.
you mean they won't be calling those days, right?
That's correct.
That's
Yeah,
what you mean.
calling or
Okay.
texting. Yeah.
Right. And what are those days? I'm sorry. Obviously
This week is
Christmas,
going to be Friday to Tuesday. We're going to pick back up
21 to 26. Okay.
after that.
Okay. That's also the best way to anger people.
Right.
And
Exactly.
get all right, perfect. All right. And so I'm assuming for New Year's you would probably have just the New Year's Day blocked out, just so
That's
that.
right.
Okay.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
All right, got it. Okay. Um, yeah, I was just wondering if it's just me or others are also seeing, now that we're getting close to, and I've seen this year after year with my other strategies as well, that it usually people just kind of put things off to, oh, I'll do it after the first of the year. So they
Yeah.
don't respond to mail or calls or voicemails. So, okay.
Yeah. Normally with houses in the past, we haven't seen a dip per se, but we went into land pretty big this year, and it was very obvious the dip that occurred. Because I also think people that own land care even less than people that own houses, right? Because they're like, whatever, I've had this land for 10 years. What's another month? You know what I mean?
Right.
But no, I do agree. And we've noticed it's closer to the holidays, the worse it gets, which is why I, even from now moving forward on these holidays, I'm going to block out the whole week of Thanksgiving in the future, and then I'm also going to keep doing the 5 days around Christmas as well. Like kind of like we spoke about, it's because I want you guys to have amazing results too. But yeah, so that's the cool thing about, we didn't stop this year, and at least I was able to see that. So now I'm going to stop every other year.
Got it. Okay. And I thank you for sending me the link for the courses. I am trying to make my way through them. You mentioned land last time as well, and obviously I didn't get a chance to ask you some more details about that. Is there a course you have on how do you teach about land?
So I don't really teach too much myself. I did just recently do an hour and a half call that I uploaded to YouTube with a land client. I have partnered I do have two great deals that I offer right now to get people coached in land. I just made a Facebook post about one of them. This guy who's a big land coach and influencer, I just spoke to him yesterday, and he just offered 60% off his products to all of my clients, which is really cool. Okay. Now this seems like the best choice. I do have another product. So check this out too. I think you can see my screen.
Yes.
I also talked another guy into this, the 10-week Titan. Okay. I talked this coach into this, and anyone who buys the 10-week Titan, he will coach them for free. All he wants is a deal split on your first 3 deals, but he'll do it completely free up front. Because he's already a good affiliate of ours. And I was like, look, dude, because if someone buys this, they're definitely closing land deals, like, in a lot of them. You know what I mean? So I told him, like, if we can put 200 leads in someone's hands, with his help, you're guaranteed to like close deals. So those are the couple of things that I brokered with people to do that. I do have, I'll be honest with you, Sam, I'm not the biggest proponent of paying for education. I'll be completely honest with you. Okay. I do think it's necessary. I really do in some cases, but I try to learn everything I can completely for free if I can. Okay. So this video here is a client who just bought the Titan Land campaign, and I did an 1.5-hour call with him to make sure that he was completely set up with land. I don't want to call this coaching because it really isn't coaching, but I'll send this in the chat here too. And then if you want, you can watch this. And I did a full breakdown of land too. So I'll send you a couple of things that I created. And I'm just sharing those with you because I'm not really a quote unquote expert, but I am working really hard at giving my clients everything they need to make sure they're successful, right? So it's like I'm learning as much as I can as I go. But I created a couple of these worksheets, and then I'm sending them all in this chat here. So that one video is the link, and then this document I sent is a summary I created from that 1.5-hour meeting I had with him, just so you know. Okay. And I'm just sharing all that with you because it's really all I got right now. Land isn't that difficult. I do know all the strategies to sell a deal, to buy a deal. It's a lot like houses. And you'll see it in this document. I got the strategies for acquiring land, disposition strategies. You'll see all that stuff. So it really is very similar. You might pick it up very naturally. But I'm still kind of learning a lot. I know that our service yields like a shitload of leads. I've had 2 people buy the King Kong and get over, I probably had 10 people get over 40 leads from the King Kong on land. I had one guy even get over 100 leads on that package for land before, so it's pretty crazy. Kind of how land explodes.
Got it. Okay. All right. I think you answered all the questions I had. I was just wondering how, the campaign was doing with the number of leads and stuff. So.
Yeah. And then we'll start on the second column as well. And then we'll see what's up with those stats too.
Perfect. Great. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you, Sam. Have a good one.
Thanks. Have a good holiday.
You too.